Hey little guys.
Woohoo! Yeah! Welcome back to the channel. This video is brought to you by OnX Offroad.
We made it! In all its glory.
We made it. We are just outside of Payson, Arizona. Just unloaded the S10. Shanna's over there getting some stuff ready. And nobody else is here. Just like the standard YouTube world, they said be here before 8. It is currently 7:50 and we're the only ones here, so. If you guys saw the last video where I tore into the S10 to fix my oil leak, to come to find out that the transfer case splines from the doubler are like razor blade sharp. I mean, that's why we trailered it down instead of driving, but we'll see how it does. I mean, it'll work till it doesn't. It's gonna be 4-wheel drive to no-wheel drive if it goes out, so we'll see what we can do. But we do need to air down because I actually normally do drive this thing a lot of the places. Fastest way to air up, but it's also the fastest way to air down. Equally. Everybody's showing up now. Paul and Chad are punctual. It was like 8 on the money.
We pride ourselves. We're not good at very many things, but I can show up on time.
We can read a clock. Yeah, we can read a clock. Even though the trail is quite a bit farther up the road still, we decided to go ahead and start recording our track now, because if you do have a trailer to do this trail, that's probably where you want to unload at.
Look at this thing. Wow. All that work. I like this. Well, unfortunately, Rudy's rig broke. The pinion seized up and he's done. If they'd have been closer to the house, we could have knocked it out. I don't know if I have any high pinion gears, but if he had another pinion, we could have probably swapped the gears out in it. Fortunately, this is like 6 hours away from home, so it's still a little bit of a jaunt, but I mean, we're limping it today as well, and I think half these other rigs are. I mean, Robbie literally just showed up this morning too, and we're putting oil in things and everything else, so it's very, very fresh. I heard the Liberty caught fire, and that, you know, everybody's been fighting a few of the freshly done build issues. You hunt down those little gremlins. So all in all, I think it's gonna be a good day.
It's gonna be fun. We're here.
Payet Draw has actually been on one of my lists to do for a long time. I've always wanted to come out here. Now, I wanted to come out here in my buggy more so than in the S10, just because it seems like there's a handful of really cool, legit obstacles out here. And I think most of them are optional minus the exit. Even the final obstacle has a very intimidating buggy line in it down in the middle. So Payet Draw has been on my list for a very long time, and for years I was trying to find it on Google Earth, and I wasn't 100% sure where it was. It wasn't until I got the OnX Offroad app that I was able to find exactly where it was. And when we got out here, I actually did forget to pre-download my map. The great thing about this app is that's not the end of the world. Even though I did lose service, I was still able to hit the go and track button, and I was able to track my entire route that we took, even without service. Now I can go back and look at it just like this on the app and see how awesome of a trail it really was. I mean, this trail is super cool. This trail has a one-of-a-kind climb that we're gonna do, and now I can even add pictures to this trail system for people to see in the future how awesome this place is. And don't forget, when you have the OnX Elite membership, you can access all kinds of things that you can't just with the regular app. But if you want anything from OnX, just use the code Colt Builds It. You get 20% off of everything they got. So big. It's so big.
I can't say it's big, is it? How does it look?
I can't see anything around it. It looks fantastic though, man. Like the rear hatch. Oh.
It's surprisingly riding very well.
Is it?
Yeah. 4.5 miles later, we made it to the Paiute Draw entrance. Do you say Paiute or do you say Paiute? I think it's Paiute, but I think this is Paiute. What a pretty canyon. This stuff right here reminds me of a trail we used to have in the Black Hills called Three Blind Mice. Unfortunately, it got closed down with the new trail system, but this is super neat.
It's good to see you, man.
Look who it is. Mr. Yanktastic himself. You guys ready to do some Arizona wheeling?
I think I'm ready. First timer here. We're ready to see what this has.
I know, I'm excited. This trail's been on my bucket list for a long time. So we are gonna tail gun this trip, and I think we're gonna be right behind Robbie.
8.5 volts. We are charging. It should shift in theory.
All right, so after lots of filming and talking and everything else, we're actually starting this trail. It's 11 o'clock in almost lunchtime now, but I'm excited to do this trail. Hopefully we get going here. I don't know why we stopped again. Must be the first obstacle.
Like We Rock rules?
You can back up. You can't hit a cone.
Okay.
No cones.
No cones. I've never done this. I'm not like you. I'm not a cone driver.
What about ice cream cones? Can we do ice cream cones?
Ice cream cones. 'Cause that sounds delicious right now.
All right, so we're looking at the first obstacle. Paul and I came up with a game plan together. It won't be too bad, but I'm gonna pull over and let Robbie get in front of me as well. That way we're just running up the tail. All right, so we're watching everybody come out here really low. Paul and I talked about going up higher and just running the edge of this rock line. Your rig's gonna be a lot more level. You're not trying to make this big climb out of the mud to get up it.
Hit with a rock in the leg.
Everybody made the first obstacle with ease. We're gonna see what the next one brings. I think they're gonna get progressively tougher as we go forward.
So I personally love the Land Rover. That is actually my favorite body style for Land Rover. Super cool. I'm really glad Nate went with that. Okay, Paul made that look way too easy. Like he's driving on a highway.
more padding, but other than that, they're good.
Trail snack of the day, dried mangoes. Love me some dried mangoes.
Try them with pumpkin seeds. Uh-oh.
So far we've done the first 2 obstacle courses that they've set for us, no problem. I think everybody else has kind of cruised through it pretty easily as well. They've been fairly mild. I do know this trail has some really neat rocks to climb going forward, so I'm excited to see what we got going on the farther up the trail we get. Oh, Robbie's got an issue.
My shifter went kaput.
The shifter went kaput?
Yeah.
That was easy enough. That was just a shifter cable, but we'll see if it holds up, stays together now. It's like the press in part unpressed. And it moves again. All right. We are now way behind the rest of the group, but that's really okay because, you know, so far everything we've been cruised through hasn't been bad. So I think we'll just continue that path.
So we just had an awesome family that was watching us go up the trail, and their little guy gave us these. They're called Payson diamonds, and they look like diamonds, and they're found here on the trail near Diamond Point, right?
Yep, said Diamond Point.
How fun is that? That's awesome.
They're really cool looking. They're kind of like quartz crystal.
Yeah. So that was very sweet. Thank you, little one.
So we traded him for some stickers. So everybody's up front. Since we're running tail, I'm gonna sneak some stickers in here. So Matt chose to go around Ultra 4 Jones, the winner of the OnX Build Challenge, or get to it's the reader ride basically. He chose to go around as well. There's a high risk to reward for that for 500 votes. Where's that bus we worked on? You should take that through here.
I honestly thought about bringing it, but it's not wrapped yet.
Excuses.
That's all I hear.
Matt's trying for, I don't know. I don't even know what. Oh, he's gonna go. Oh. This whole time I've been like, there's no rules to not stacking rocks. There's no rules to not being able to use your winch. Like, I'd be leveling it out.
Thank you.
So if you guys can't see it, this is really, really steep. A little precarious. So they are hooking it up to a Yankum tree saver with a soft shackle onto the rear winch to keep him level so that as he drops off, he doesn't
Drive itself off there.
Oh, he's using it to pull his rear end over to give him a good departure angle. Smart. New departure angle. Genius. Nicely done, Nate.
Thank you.
I think Colt should be named Mr. Winchman. He's the human winch this trip.
Yes. Get ready to come down.
Oh my gosh. Oh. How do you feel about being a human winch line?
I'm used to it at this point in my life.
So we got Paul.
I get a spot. So if he tips over,
Spotter.
technically it's my fault. So
Is that why he
I
did
think
it?
that's why he's doing it. Hey, Robbie, remember that time you broke my arm?
Winchman at it again. Colt's gonna use the rear winch to go over kind of like what Nate did, but opposite. Do you guys see that lean? Like I'm standing straight up and down. Sorry if I jumped. There's a few rocks that went out and something fell out and it made me jump. Sweet, good teamwork.
Yeah, that's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
With your winch point.
Here, right?
Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah, I did nothing. I just stood there.
I will call that the squeeze. Rear dip.
What are you doing here?
We're overlanders. It's steak time.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. If I'd have known that, I'd have bought you some steaks.
We may have a couple extras.
So I think this is where the trail starts getting serious. We had a little buggy section back there that we hit just while we were waiting in the line, but I'm excited to see what we got. What do we got? Chug-a-lugga. Choo-choo. Nope. No, you're good. Uh-oh. Drive shaft. It looked like it just separated. That's the number one reason why I don't like reverse shackles right there. When it pulls, the axle wraps, and then it separates the drive shaft. So you can delete that by going like a long spline, but even, I mean, that's like an 8-inch spline, and that's still broke. Just a cap. Nice.
Fire, little flame kiss.
Right.
Paul and Chad made steaks for everybody.
Now
They're good.
We'll get 12 miles to the gallon on the way to Vegas now. Lost all that weight.
You could literally take that rock, put it right there, and you'll climb up.
Right there and then right down.
I like it.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, the whole slider.
Like to say hi to Harry.
Hi, Harry.
What do you think?
Want to say hi to Harry?
Yeah, it's because you have good energy, sweetheart.
Harry, it's okay. You can go to Robbie. There you go, Robbie.
Come on. Should I just eat it? Just...
You got it. Let her eat.
Yeah. Cold juice.
All right, everybody's ran through. I think this is gate 3 or 4 at this point. We can go through now since we're tail gunning. I guess Robbie's still got to go here, but we'll be okay, I think. You can do it. A lot of options in here. Josh, did anybody drive this?
Not yet that I know of.
Not yet.
I don't know. Did anybody drive this? Oh, they did in Holly.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Man, that is going to be tight. You're so wide. Right there, you're centered. Keep it straight.
Woohoo! Yeah. Looking straight, but I don't know if your belly pan's going to let you get it or not.
Try that.
Your four-wheel drive wasn't working. You need to go passenger. No. And this is right where the pizzas shoot out the front. Turtle power. Your four-wheel drive ain't working. Yeah, it's not grabbing. It is grinding when it grabs and it's not working real well.
Baby.
Thank you.
Because Bleep and Jeep won the cooking challenge, they choose the order of everybody going up. We've been tail gunning all day, and now we got to be first.
Here goes Colt. He gets to go first. So I think since he goes first, he's the only one to drive it. Everybody else has to be pulled up or winched up, I think. We'll see. job, baby. That was awesome. He did it without a winch. So I think he's the only person to do it without a winch because everybody else has to be winched up.
All right, so what I have here is my line locks. The way this works is I push the brake down, I turn this valve, and it locks up my rear brake calipers. That way it's like in a sense, a parking brake that'll keep this thing extra safe while I'm trying to pull Paul up. So I just push in, turn the valve, let off, and now my rear brakes are engaged.
Pretty big climb, actually. When you look at it from up here, it's a really big climb. So Paul is actually standing on rocks. If he was in the hole, his head would be where his feet are now.
So they never said I can't have anybody hooked to the back, so I got an anchor back there with the OnX Jeep hooked to me, and then I'm going to pull Paul. I wanted to get as close this way to try to pull him as straight up as possible to get up this ledge. Hey, drone life. Waiting on the drone. Old Cam Hooch. See Cam right there? He does a lot of Dave Chappelle's videos, so if you know Dirthead Dave, Cam helps him out on some of those real fancy ones. Old Cammy boy's doing those.
Don't want to kill the battery, you gotta rev it up. So Paul actually has, his engine's not on at all. It has to be a dead pull, so they're pulling him dead weight. So he's not allowed to have it on. There he goes, front tires are coming up. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, so they're gonna do a tree saver with a snatch block to keep him pulled that way to get him out of that ledge. So he was bound up in there. Hi, Chad.
How are you? Having any fun today?
Yes.
Yeah. An awesome day.
Yes,
awesome
it is.
Day. As long as we don't tear the winch off the front of this, we'll be fantastic.
Yes. All right, so that worked. They got him pulled straight up. So now they're taking it off the snatch block and gonna connect it straight up again. They made it up. Hi, Nate.
Howdy.
How are you?
Good. Just enjoying the Arizona weather.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed your trip?
It's been awesome.
Good.
I'm very tired, but very satiated in my need to go outdoors.
Good. What'd you think?
That was good.
Yeah?
That wasn't bad. He did a good job pulling me up over, so a little bit of help, but not much. We could have got it without, I think. I think we could have made it. So he did good.
Everybody meet Alan. This is Alan.
How are you? How's it going?
Good.
That was
Alan
fun.
does Yankum ropes, and they have been awesome.
It's been a great event. This has been a lot of fun. So this is great. That was fun. Beautiful piece of dead weight right here.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. If Paul's rig was really dead, I would have done two things different. I would have probably snatched block back to him, and I would have aired up his front tires, because the balloony they won't bind into the rock. They won't fold into the rock, and they'll just bounce up. So that's why I had mentioned that in the meeting down there. But I knew that he could drive, so, you know, points don't matter for us. So I just wanted to get him up. Now here I was starting the day with a messed up spline in my transfer case, thinking it was going to fail, hoping that this thing would save me if I was broke. And now we're going to pull off the steering, which that's the only thing you've had fail, correct? You guys have only had the steering, like something with bent or something, I saw? Steering arm. And that's what we're going to pull off of to pick the front end up.
Are they on the knuckle or the tie rod?
Oh, just tie rods.
Oh, is the arm doing it?
No.
It's almost
No.
Is it all that?
You don't need those shock mounts, do you?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Just pulling off shocks. I know Paul was never in the oil field, but this is like some oil field stuff going on right here. We got ropes on ropes on ropes for a pull. Paul does enough recoveries. I think he's probably got the best chance of pulling up dead weight, but he also has one of the heaviest rigs. I think that this could be a very interesting pull, because if he can't get Matt up, I'll be curious if anybody gets a pull up without assistance of somebody driving. Thanks, Matt, for the free jacket. He saw that I was cold one day, gave me that jacket. Now I'm not cold, Shanna is.
Thanks, Matt.
So it's been a few minutes and they're reevaluating their situation as well. This is the reality of recovery, is you try things until something works. Come on, Alan, I know you're a spider monkey. Get on up there, do that thing. I seen you drinking that Mountain Dew.
I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Josh is just dead weight around here.
Yep. I'm weighing this whole thing down. I keep eating snacks.
Snacks. That is a pole, if I've ever seen one. So, ultimately, after multiple different rigging options, Paul just told, well, it's actually not Matt driving, it's Josh driving, but Paul told Josh to go ahead and put it in gear, so he is helping him up. But they're getting there. So I'll be curious to see if anybody can pull anybody up this dead weight in a timely manner. And I think anybody could probably figure it out over a time period, but everybody's coming up with ideas as they watch the other person before them. So now that it's Matt's turn to pull Holly, John,
Yep.
do you think that he's gonna be able to pull her dead weight, or that she's gonna have to put it in gear?
So with the boom, it's looking like a good percentage of a chance that he'll be able to pull her dead weight, but it's a pretty difficult ledge there, so they may have to put it in gear.
Yeah, the biggest problem is that ledge is so steep that everybody's smashing their bumpers in. I mean, you saw how hard I was hitting it on. I got 40-inch tall tires. Like, it's no joke. Ooh, man. That is a lot of tension on that thing. It is getting gnarly. Wheelie. I see a tire off the ground. Well, it looks like the tow truck is tow trucking, because with the use of that boom, they could get high enough to pull her up. Of course, she is probably the lightest rig here too, which helps. I guess they won that option because they won the cooking challenge. Still got one more ledge. Oh man. So pretty much everybody so far took my idea of having your rig anchored. Then Matt was next, and him and Josh took Paul's idea of running the knuckles, pulling from the knuckles. So everybody's learning from the other person what is working and what's not working. Holly's pulling Robbie up, but she told him just go ahead and put it in drive right now and just go with it, because she does not even want to try to pull dead weight up. I don't blame her. The nice thing about that van is it has an extremely great approach angle. Paul and Chad are calling it. They got to get to Vegas. So it's good seeing you, man.
Good to see you. It's been a while. Hopefully we'll get to see you again. Hopefully fairly soon. So
yeah, maybe I'll just intentionally have wiring problems. I have wiring problems all the time, but now that I own a Land Rover, I might have to call it.
Yeah, they got the smoke halfway hanging out on a Land Rover, so yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, come up by. We'll get your spots together. So.
So it's dark, we're coming off the trail. No point in me filming other than this beautiful sunset. I'll see you guys in the morning. Like I said, we'd see you in the morning. We have a good night's rest. Everybody else is headed to SEMA. We are not going to SEMA. We instead are gonna go to the Tonto Natural Bridge, which is out there somewhere.
Look at that. Pretty little stream. And we're getting down here to the bridge and stuff here. Yeah, all kinds of stuff in here. So the Tonto Natural Bridge is 400 feet long, 150 feet wide at its widest point, and 183 feet tall. I think one of my favorite things about going and four-wheeling and traveling places is then turning around and finding something cool that's local to the area. This is one of those things.
That would be a good
Prime fishing area right there. I bet when it's not fall, this thing's probably a lot more full of water.
Raining inside.
Yeah, it's literally raining on us in the rock. Yeah, look at all that. That's cool. Waterfall. Crazy looking rocks. This thing is neat.
love it.
So you got little arrows that are marking the trail. You go up through here. You fall off that, you're going swimming. That'd be fun. And it's slick. Maybe that's why they got these little grip hold things. Yeah. You don't want to fall down that. If you had water running, that's a perfect water slide. Got a cave. They put up signs where they're trying to regrow wildlife and stuff, so we can't go past that sign. We have to stay within the signs. There's one over there as well, so they're trying to keep that untouched, so you can stay this side of that sign and this side of this sign. I don't know what you call these here. I know when I'd go through old caves and stuff, they had cave bacon that kind of waved through. This looks like a good start of it, for sure. Don't touch the pokey vines. Look at that. So this was definitely worth the $7 of entry to check out. If you nerd out over rocks like we do, and I'm always nerding out over different kinds of rocks and different formations, and of course my thought in my back of my brain's driving on stuff, but I don't have to drive on everything. But it's really neat stuff, like from here to there to that. More caves, a directional arrow. That's a very rare Humanus creatus rock right here. Oh wow, that is super neat. And when you're walking in here, you can tell that they must have flash floods and flood season here. I know that natural bridges, the difference between a natural bridge and an arch is made by air, a natural bridge is made by water. There are not many that have water running through them in the world. I know there's one in Wyoming, and there's one in Lebanon, I believe, or somewhere where I'll probably never be able to go. And then obviously there's one here. What a neat trail. This isn't very hard either. I mean, it's rocky. If you got weak ankles, I wouldn't do it. Arizona's got such neat terrain because you got all these different kinds of trees here with crazy different rock formations, water, cactuses, yuccas, a little bit of everything. The way they explained it to us, I think this part is the hanging gardens, which would make sense because they're kind of hanging. And I mean, gardens are supposed to be like your zen or whatever, you know. I could sit here and feel pretty peaceful. Look at that. Yeah, poked. That is the other thing about Arizona. Everything wants to poke you or bite you. Look at that. So weird looking. Yeah, it is kind of neat. Oh yeah, you can't go that way. Arrow says straight up. This is super rad. With a babbling brook. This trail, because it's a little bit rougher, we have yet to see a person on it. Everybody's been taking that Annie Mae trail instead of this one, because this one's longer and it's rougher. So sometimes to get away from the people, you got to take the painted arrow path. Oh wow. So even though we're hiking it, which I'm loving, I would love to drive this. Look at that. It would be rad. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see that. There's water running off the mountain right there. That is crystal clear water. Like, I know there's a reflection there, but you can see all the way in it. That's cool. Look at that.
This is the Hanging Gardens.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, baby, you ready for the joke of the trail?
Sure. What is it?
What did the volcano say to her husband?
I don't know.
I lava you.
I love you. Look at all these Codys in the tree here. Hey, little guys.
Oh, he's like, hi.
He's like, what is that? Oh, we're totally going through that.
I didn't want to get in their picture.
You want to go first or second?
I'll go
Okay, you're going first.
first.
Oh yeah, that's wet. Oh wow.
Look through there.
All right guys, well I was able to knock off a trail that has been on my bucket list for a long time. We were able to do it together, which was awesome. Able to have Shanna with me, just like we used to when we were younger, wheeling all the time. Got to see some Codys, got to see a natural bridge. Hope you guys like this video. Check these out. Thanks for watching.
Bye everybody. Please make sure to like and subscribe.